Hey guys, so it's been quite a while, but we're back. Nick's got a race car, so that's where we've been with some of the time. And now you're actually in my new basement. I bought a house, so for what, past 2 years? Um, we've been moving in here, redoing the upstairs. We just repainted the upstairs a week or two ago, and now we're actually starting to lay out. So, sadly, how this is going to be built is the center. I can't do shelf layout because of how this is. There used to be rooms in here. This was a room, that was a room, and then there was actually a room right here where Nick is. Right there was a room, and then the laundry room was split off. So technically we had 4 rooms. I destroyed all that last year, took it all out. We're going to repaint all the walls, fix a little bit of mortar. In the meantime, we're building the center, and we're doing double deck. I want to do double deck with hidden staging, but with how it's going to be, because the basement's a little lower of a basement, we're doing 2 feet off the floor, which kind of sucks, but I can live with it. And then we did 2 foot, or just a little over 2 foot to the top deck, and then we got all this. We'll be trimming all the chains or tucking them up. Same with the wires. That way all this is open. We'll have a split backdrop here because the layout's actually going to wrap around and go up the other side of the furnace. This is going to be a top and bottom branch line. So 2 different branch lines. I believe WSOR I'm going to have on the bottom, at least on one side, maybe both sides. And then up here is all going to be logging and stuff. And the goal is to do Fond du Lac to Stevens Point for Wisconsin Central, and then maybe have the little bit of Wisconsin Southern for an interchange for grain, and then have massive freelance of logging up top. I want to do the Nicolay Badger Northern for an interchange, which would just be a small little section where they bring log cars in, 2-stall locomotive shop, and then they bounce between WC yards. Also, the nice thing, I don't know if the video's picking it up, but now I live literally a block from the tracks, so all new footage is going to be coming to you from the opposite side of town. Since I'm no longer on south side of town, now I'm on the north side of town. So I get pretty much, what would you say, street running. So there's going to be a lot more video of that. And then possibly some new trips, because last year and the year before we were doing a lot of trips to dirt track for Gateway Dirt Nationals and 54th. Right? Or was it 55th? Eldora World. Anyways, it was one of the two for a World 100, so we went to that, and we've been moving in ever since and getting stuff settled. So now the layout's coming. I know somebody asked about layout updates. This is kind of the first one. So this is as far as we got today. I know it's not much, but this was jam-packed full of train stuff because we've got too much train stuff. And then I will say this, so I'm not a company. I don't plan to be for a long time, maybe even never. But I do, for a hobby, 3D print with a few friends and custom paint trains. I've been selling them at my swap meets and on eBay. So if you guys see custom cars that nobody makes, that's done by me and my buddies. And if you go on eBay, usually you can find them on eBay. But yeah, I'll do another video possibly down the road of what I've been 3D printing and everything. So it's all mainly Wisconsin Central stuff or related to WC. So that way this layout has the proper cars. So Also, we'll jump to the other room, and then I'll show you kind of sadly, the mess of a workroom, but the workroom that I'm starting to set up. So this is the workroom. Got some lights up here that we put up. It's got another light here for our paint booth. The compressors are down here. This is going to be, well, right now it's a mess because we've been painting left and right. But this is supposed to be where the car is dry. But right now it's just a mess of paint and a car that I'm using to test spray on. That's for all the Tamiya paints. This is for the Floquil, the testers, and the polyscale. And then this was supposed to be another work area, which has turned into my model car collection storage until I get to each model car kit. And yes, I have a ton of them, just like I have a ton of trains. My cousin Ron, as you know, passed away. What has it been? 2-3 years, if not more. Most of the model cars came from him. That's where this paint booth, the stand, the compressor and stuff came from. We bought this off him before he passed away. And then sadly he passed away, and then all the cars were going to be taken to Goodwill, but I said I'd take them instead. So all the paint was going to get thrown out because most of it was shot. So I took the stand or the shelf and we restocked it with all our own paint. So for the model cars, we got all the Gravity colors. We've got a couple paints that I think I can still use that he had, but I'm not sure. I've never used some of this liquid chrome stuff. Then MCW finishing, I haven't used too much of it, but supposedly it's really great with car models. I tried painting a model train car with it, one of the chassis cars, because I figured the orange paint would match, and it melted the actual plastic. So if anybody has information on how this paint actually works nice on plastic models, the MCW finishings, please let me know, because they got a lot of great colors. I'd like more, but if it's going to start melting the kits and the freight cars and all that, I'm going to stay away from it. Then we got all the Model Master over here, and rattle cans down here, paint supplies down here for stands and everything. And then we got the bigger rattle cans, our airbrush kits, and everything. And then, since you guys probably have picked this up in the video already, because I know how people are, I do it all the time. I go, oh, where did they get this? This is a project we're working on. I don't know if I'd sell these or not. It's mainly something I'm doing for myself. It's not finished. I got bad ribbing going on. I don't know if you can see it in the video. But it's supposed to be the Union Pacific's Arrow Wedge, one of many. I want to do all the variations because I seen one in real life. I'd like to have them. Nobody makes them in HO, as far as I know. This one I picked up from a hobby shop that 3D printed one. It's warped. It's got like this ribbing, as you can hear. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. And it's all bulky on the end where it's supposed to be nice, rounded, compared to this. So after I bought this is what started this project. Another thing, my buddy's 3D printing Wisconsin Central Jeep 35M non-dynamics. They're on eBay. If anybody wants those, I will say that they are on eBay. All the variations that he's made for me. There's a little filing maybe that you might have to do, but always there's Kato ones and there's Athearn ones, so they can be turned into 35Ms. I have been talking to him, for you guys that are MP modelers, about doing the Missouri Pacific styles, but that's on the workbench. Another thing over here, this is kind of just the workbench area. It's kind of a mess right now, but we're working on putting stuff away. This is kind of the shelf that started out as all the project cars for stuff that was going to be for shows and everything. And it's slowly turned into my model plane and will be my model car shelf. This here, that one's empty, but that one's empty too. That's supposed to have decals in it. I do alphabetical order of all custom decals or microscale or whatnot. So that is what this is, and then these are instructions, magazines and stuff that I need for projects. All this is parts, work in project, and then kits that I have no place to hang. Other than that, that's pretty much the workspace. And then I guess we'll go, since I want to make this video a little longer, we'll go check out some of the cars that I make. Alright guys, so these are the cars that I make with a couple friends. So the first car I'll show you, this is an Actrail kit, undecorated, that I got. Nobody, in my opinion, makes a good modern BN with graffiti. I've seen all these companies doing some graffiti stuff, and I'm like, it'd be kind of different to do a hopper. This one is gloss coated. I've done some in flat finish. I have them on eBay currently, I believe for 50 bucks. And if everybody wants to know why 50 bucks, it's because the couplers, the wheels, the screws, because I actually replaced all the push-in pins with screws, and the decals, the paint and everything, and my time run the money up on these cars. So I'm not making much on them. If anything, it covers me getting a free car, and then all the ones I sell pretty much covers what I got into them. And I may make a little profit to do another project, but other than that, that's pretty much how it goes. So that's why my prices are the way they are, so if anybody is wondering. But yeah, this is the only BN 2-bay hopper that I've done. The next car I will show you is a BNSF. This is run number 3 of them. This is the 3rd version I've done of this car. I'm currently working on the more updated version, which has everything 100% correct. This one has just a couple things wrong, which it's just missing some of the rotary yellow stripes. Otherwise, it's got all the rivet detail on the inside. It's got the rivet detail on the outside. The bays are done correct. The whole car's 3D printed. I make sure they don't warp. I've never had a complaint with warping. And if for some reason your stuff warps, send it back to me. If you buy it off me off eBay, and if I have another one, I'd replace it for you. If not, I'd send you a return as long as you sent me the car back through eBay. But yeah, I just figured I'd show you some of these. So I think there's like 4 or 5 of these on eBay right now. This is as close as you're going to get currently for the BNSF H4s. And this car, I'm actually going to be doing away with doing these for quite a while. I've probably done well over 300 for friends and family and everything, and even a couple guys I've never met. This is an ex-LS&I war car that Green Bay and Western bought. They got 25 of them for a ballast train. They ended up going to Wisconsin Central for a year or two, and then they got sold back to LS&I. But this car is fully 3D printed. Got the proto metal wheels, KD couplers, everything. So everything's custom painted, clear coated, ready for you. I even have some that have loads in them that I've been doing. I haven't even made myself a set yet. I have them printed, but I haven't painted myself up. I don't think any of these cars for myself yet. So another couple cars here that I've done. This is ex-Wisconsin Central, the original Wisconsin Central Soo Line boxcar. And this is actually a car in a museum currently. I know it's got some molding on detail, but I did the separately applied grabs up top, and we did all the detail. This is actually a branch line kit. I think I got 10 of these maybe still left. So they're all weighted, everything exactly how it is here. And then the other boxcar is Wisconsin Central 606. It's a maintenance boxcar, ex-Soo Line. I've got photos of this thing between Fond du Lac and Stevens Point. They used to run it back and forth. Again, a couple of the details are molded on. A lot of separately applied grabs on the roof, and then underbody details all separately applied. Weighted, metal wheels, everything. So these, I believe I got them on eBay for like 45 bucks. The ballast car, I think, is 55 or 50. And then this is a part of the 4-pack that's on eBay right now. That's the rest of the 4-pack up there. I also have singles on there. The 4-pack's the last pack I have with the faded CNI, which is supposed to fully say CNIM, but it's all faded out after it went to GBW and got patched, and then the other side is all blanked out. So these cars were coal guns. They ended up becoming pulpwood guns and slabwood guns for GBW. WC got them. They were also used for buffer cars for going on to the car ferries. They'd run 3 of them in a row. So that's why I figured I'd do a 4-pack. So if somebody wants to run 3 for a barge or whatever, and then 1 in pulpwood, slabwood service, they can, or vice versa, or whatever they want to do. But I got a bunch of those on eBay as well. I believe they're at 50 on there. But I just figured I'd want to show you guys these. So if anybody's interested, I'm wanting to get rid of these and focus on other projects I want to do for myself. And whatever I do for myself, I'll probably sell some on eBay as well, just to fund my project. So with that said, guys, hope you like the update for the layout. More to come on the layout. I'm hoping within the next month to have a lot more done. And then if you want to check out any more cars I do that I don't have on hand, go Books Custom Models on Facebook. Also, if you want to check out our racing channel, what is it, Books Racing? Books Racing on YouTube. We also got Books Racing on Facebook. Go to the page that you can follow, not the one that you gotta request. The page that you gotta request is actually going to be no more. But yeah, otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more rail fanning videos, and go check out our racing page. And then, before I forget, Books24 on eBay. Thanks for watching.